Minx tweeted out that was 100% the worst seizure I've had since I was 15. I still am struggling with regaining memory from even yesterday. I hope you're still okay, but you still get drunk after you promised people you wouldn't, and that could have helped. Minx says, I assume getting drunk at the after party will be fine. Clearly it was not. Cutie said, go fuck yourself. Cutie talked about this extensively on the podcast, the Fear and podcast, if you guys are unfamiliar, where she talked about the after party that she had set up and like how much money she put down for the after party that she had set up, and basically gave a recap. Okay. Here it is. Basically gave a recap of everything that happened, what her low light highlights were. And then we just basically talked about, Kaide's response and what happened to Kaide. Your end is trending for gaming. It doesn't show on my end, but that's cool. Okay. Why is it? Is it showing? I'm not. Oh, it is number 31 on trending for gaming. That's crazy. Anyway, where the fuck was I? What was I gonna say? Oh wait, I forgot that. I said I was gonna run the ad break, and then I forgot to run it. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. The power of LSF clip chimpers, is that where that came from? Anyway, so basically what ended up happening is, I'll just give you the short and sweet of it. Cutie, Minx gets to the after party drunk already, gets progressively more drunk at the after party after she promised Cutie that she wouldn't get drunk. Starts trying to throw the heaters and also some people into the pool. Minx is becoming such a problem in the after party that security tries to escort her out. She then tries to go limp to make herself, harder to carry out. And then she's laying outside. It becomes a commotion, a scene. There were plenty of other problems with the house too. Ultimately, first responders are called onto the scene. For people who don't know, by the way, for people who don't understand, if you don't know the personal involvement, or if you don't know the personal experiences that people have gone through with this particular individual and how they behave, I wouldn't comment on the situation. Okay? Because the notion that Cutie hasn't tried to help Minx is you're wrong. Okay? You're absolutely wrong. For the record. It's an ongoing issue. It's a never-ending problem. It's there's not much. There's a certain point where you have to stop, or you can't really do anything about it.
Everything, and anyway, she reaches out to me out of the blue.
Yeah, I mean, I get chat, guys. I think Cutie, when she talks, I think she's the opposite of Pokey. I think you're Listen, chat, guys, this is my genuine take, okay? People hate on Cutie a bunch, okay? And I get why, but a lot of times, she'll speak and she'll say some true shit, some actual true shit.
Yeah, sure. He's going to say Cutie doesn't hold back at all when she speaks, and doesn't do any, doesn't think about, how what she is saying is going to come across. And he just, she doesn't filter it at all. And it's true. But deep down inside, or not even deep down inside, but in her personal, in her personal experience, in the real world, the way that she operates with people is actually she's real. She's very real, and she's a decent human being who's always trying to do what's right.
and people are gonna get mauled. Okay, okay. You say she's being an asshole. Okay, this is my perspective, and I said this a little bit. Okay, out of everybody that pretend that they care, that they'll go around and they'll be like, oh yeah, I care about this. Okay, she's in the very small pool of people, I guess one of three, that genuinely cared and tried for Minx. Okay, I will fucking listen. I will go on a limb and fucking say it. Okay, and if
to do everything.
Yeah, like she I know that she's not like she's not PRing it up. No filter is better than no decency, but worse than just good filter, in my opinion. Cutie's obviously great and trying hard. Yeah, I think people just like simply don't understand that, and they basically hyper focus on like the way she comes across. So that's it. But yeah, these two people have been friends for a very long time, and I know that like Cutie has done a lot. The idea that like people have zero empathy for addicts. I'm not even gonna pull up that fucking community member with the QRT, but like it's not as easy to understand as like, oh, people have zero empathy for addicts. Like, come on, what the fuck? Like, come on. There is a point of no return, or there is a point where like someone is like, okay, I can't take on this responsibility for the rest of my life, especially if you're not going to hit rock bottom and then decide to like truly want to do what's best for yourself. Okay? You know what I mean? I know XCC called me old. He's right. Anyway. Yeah, allowing empathy for addicts does not mean allowing yourself to be continuously taken advantage of by someone close to you. Yeah, exactly. For a lot of problems, a huge part of the only kinds of therapy is what a lot of people would think sounds very mean. It's being called out on your bullshit, and it's called tough love for layman's terms. I mean, that's like the concept of an intervention, right? Is when your support system coming together and like shocking you and telling you that, you know, what you've done is unacceptable. Like there needs to be some accountability in this circumstance. All right. Yeah, especially with like Cutie having her own set of struggles as well that she's very open about. But she said, oh, go fuck yourself. And then said, you were drunk before the after party. I almost had you thrown out of the show because you were yelling and making everybody uncomfortable completely. I've tried everything with you, rehab, everything. I hope this is your rock bottom. Get help. I already bought front row tickets the day you announced that I won't drink. I will just sit and applaud your streamer awards 2 years running. My girl in a man's world. You can come sit on the floor if you promise me you won't drink. You are nonstop at the top, and I mean promise, pinky swear, nothing completely sober, but I bought my tickets. You could raffle them off if you let me sit on the floor. She says, send me an invoice for the after party. I'm sorry. And like people don't really know. And by the way, addiction and recovery is a journey that is like very unique and left up to the individual. So everyone is going to do the same thing that I was talking about before, where they basically rush to their own personal experiences, whether they have people who have recovered from addictions in their lives or their own personal experiences with recovery. Okay, so again, it's very, very difficult to discern from the outside. You will not understand. You have no clue. You don't know how long it's taken, what it's taken out of the person. It's a lifelong journey in general. Okay. regardless, not up to it's not up to every individual to shoulder that burden all the fucking time. Okay? It's a long fight, and it's a very it's a very difficult one. And it's a lifelong struggle. That is the one universal factor. Actually, even that's not universal, but usually it's a lifelong struggle, okay? But it works in the end, usually.